Hello guys, Eddie Hates Manga here. As you guys know, I have friends, I think, and I read manga on occasion. So when one of my friends makes a manga, well shit, that's a pretty nice combo right there. Now before Masked DMs me and says I'm not your friend, you weird I'll rephrase that. I have acquaintances. Woo. But yeah, the boy, the legend, whatever you want to call him, the masked man, Asura, Draken from Tokyo Revengers. It doesn't matter, because we're here today for one reason. He made a manga. And today, we're gonna find out whether it's readable or laughable. Now, a reminder before we get into this, if you guys want to be some meat munchers and go, oh, Eddie's being too harsh, or he's saying things when it's just a YouTuber's manga or whatever. I am deciding to go into this and treat it as a real manga. Some shit I could find myself reading in Shonen Jump. Oh wait, my bad. I forgot we're all signing elitists. Let me change that. Some shit I could find myself reading in Weekly Young Jump. My bad. Not just as some YouTubers' fucking middle school art project. Nothing against middle school art projects, I'm sure yours looks great. So yeah, it's a respect thing. I do the same when people I know start making films, music, or any other creative endeavor they aspire to be great in, because they can't become great if their circle is full of fucking yes men, dick riding them 24/7 and telling them how goated they are without actually giving them the feedback they need to grow. So without further ado, Devoro. I'll read the synopsis for you real quick and then get into what I think of the manga. I'm also not going to spoil any of it, because if you want to know what happens, read the goddamn manga for yourself. I'll put a link in the description. Help the boy out and read his stutter. Read his manga. If the world fell apart and you could do nothing but survive, how would you do it? What purpose or peace can you find when all that remains is the ruins of the past? Ooh, mysterious. I like it. But yeah, I read the first chapter, and here's some things I jotted down while reading it. Don't expect a super organized fucking video. This is awful. This took way too long to make. I want to get the video out. I want to talk about this manga already before chapter 2 comes out. So yeah, I like the medieval atmosphere. The vibes really remind me of Berserk, which is the least bit surprising considering what the #1 manga, The Masked Man, gained popularity making content on and is overall associated with. If you didn't know, it's Berserk. Which, as many of you guys know, is a very dark fantasy imbued series which has not only comically large swords, but also presents a plethora of themes and overall tropes whose influence you see in a whole lot of games, manga, and other forms of storytelling. It's all over the fucking place. The influence can be found in Dark Souls, Devoro in the manga world. There's probably hella other examples I can name, but off the top of my head, I really only named one, but shut the fuck up. Let's move on. To circle back to the manga I'm talking about here today, Devoro, off of this one chapter, I can tell is an ambitious tale so far. We got some pretty interesting lore introduced, including a dope sword, the Devoros themselves, and a few characters that I would be up to learn more about. Especially the main character and those within the first few pages. Ramon, don't know how to say his name, also seems to be an early fave. I usually like these hyperactive, probably comic relief characters like him. But yeah, I think while the story is a bit hard to follow and weirdly paced so far, the ideas for a good narrative are there. They just need to be executed. And yeah, like I said, the lore is there. I do think that in the future, this could end up as one of those series where people overanalyze the shit out of every piece of dialogue, every fucking drawing, even author's notes about what he fucking ate for breakfast, just so they can make some dumbass theories, so that's something. Is that a good thing, or is that a bad thing? I'm not really sure. It's up to you. Another series I don't think directly influences Devoro, but has a very similar art decision that I noticed, would be Bleach. Both Bleach and this first Devoro chapter have a noticeable lack of backgrounds for the most part. Not necessarily a flaw, in my opinion. Bleach did it very well, but it is something that can be done well, and could also be done, well, not so good. So we'll see how it pans out for Devoro if they continue to follow that route of limited backgrounds. Speaking of the art, I believe that some of the inconsistencies in the art is mostly what made things hard to follow. The actual art itself, as well as actually the paneling quality. In some aspects, these parts leave a lot to be desired. However, I do think that there are portions of the chapter where it looks astonishingly good. First off, the reveal of a Devoro, that was one of the most goated designs. The design is fucking peak. And the paneling of that last page was so silky smooth. Honestly, one of my favorite things in general that I've seen in recent times. That shit was hella cool, unique, and obviously some shit that Mast had was looking at and was like, this the one. This the fucking one. I remember when I first saw the teaser on Twitter how many fucking months ago, and That shit had me hype off of that panel alone. I didn't know it was going to be I think it was second to last page, or it was the last page, but yeah, goated. When I read the last 2 pages, by the way, I just sat there like, nothing. Mwah. More of that, please. I'm a sucker for good art, pretty much. And before we move on from the art, I wanted to give a little shout out to some of the character designs. The MC seems like he'll be cold as fuck in the future. Kind of a side note, I like the climax at the end of the chapter. That was one of the moments that really drew me into an otherwise stagnant introduction chapter. To continue, like I already said, I like most characters with the ramen style, however the fuck you say it. So there's that. And this girl right here, wherever the fuck I put her on the screen, she's got a pretty big looking personality, so I think I'm gonna really love her. We also see a lot of dudes in some pretty dope armor, so yeah. Before we end it, I also wanted to mention one more small criticism that's easily fixable. I heard they updated this since I first read it, because I read it when the chapter first came out, but I'm just going off my own experience. The typesetting was, well, not good. It was bad, but I think I know, I remember reading who did it, and it's like they're not people that do it normally, so I wasn't expecting, you know, a professional typesetting, but I feel like that's something that if you want to take the route of, you know, having a professional style of manga, you're gonna want to hire people that do that shit for real. Not really counting that as a flaw, just saying that's something that I pointed out for like casual readers. It might stop them from wanting to read it because it doesn't look as pretty. But I'm sure that's something that, like anything that I've mentioned in this video, I'm pretty sure Mast has already fucking heard. This is why it's an L that I'm putting this out like a month late. But whatever, man. I'm doing this for my own satisfaction. I'm not doing it for him. He's probably not even gonna watch it. And if he does, fuck you. Yeah, what you gonna do about that? Make a diss track? Please don't. I don't want to make music right now. And you have more fans than me, so either way I'd get clapped. Oh, speaking of music, by the way, let's not forget Devoro's theme before we end the video. I cannot end the video without talking about that banger. If you couldn't tell, it's been playing in the background this whole video, unless it's been copyright claimed. Hey, yo, can we turn that shit up a bit? Goddamn, it's a fucking banger. Shit makes me feel like I'm the final boss. Okay, that was another tangent. I really don't have much else to talk about for real. So, like, the video's actually gonna end soon. But we have to answer one question first. Is Devoro, by the Masked Man, readable or laughable? I'd say it's readable. It isn't outlandishly bad, and I personally think it's going in a good direction, but only time will tell if I'm correct. Always remember to take time to form your own opinion. Go read the shit for yourself. Like I said, link will be in the description. Hopefully you read it and enjoy. Would like to give a quick shout out to the Masked Man for tweeting out a picture of me in the schoolgirl outfit on Twitter one time, and then leading to me being forever known as that dude who wore a schoolgirl outfit. So yeah, thanks. Okay guys, that's all I got. Subscribe or whatever, I really don't care. And peace. Bye.